Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of very cool sets here from Plum. These are weapon equipment add-on sets for the Power Dolls model kit from Plum that I've previously reviewed a while back. So in this review, we're going to focus on both of these sets, set 1 and set 2. These give you some extra equipment and extra weapons for your Plum Power Dolls kit that will allow you to make it look very cool like this. Now let's go ahead and get into it for today's review. So we have option set 1 and option set 2 here. Option set 1 is basically going to be like a flight pack for the kit, so that goes right here on the shoulders. Then you also get this kind of grenade launcher weapon in there as well. The second set is some more weapon option parts here, like for the shoulders. You can swap out the shoulders for these different parts here like that. So we're just going to take a quick look here at the contents of the boxes, as the outside of the boxes don't really show you a whole lot, just that one little bit of pictures there. We'll take a quick look at the stuff inside and then we'll see how they look on the kit itself. For option set 1 here, it looks like that's it. I don't think we're going to get anything like water slides or anything like that in these sets as far as I know. And it looks as though the instruction sheet is also going to be very simple, as it's just a single piece of paper printed front and back. On the front is just the parts list there, and the back is just a simple instruction. So it's not going to be anything too complicated with these sets, as we really just have 5 runners here. Here is the A runner, which is just going to be the main parts for those kind of wing binders. We got a couple of soft polycap material little parts here on the PC runner. Runner B is a couple more little pieces there in white, and then runner C is some parts here in gray, including the parts for the weapon, which looks like it's probably just 2 halves sandwiched together. I don't think, there's maybe 1 or 2 more pieces added onto that, but that's going to be relatively simple. And I'm going to expect basically the same thing here for this second option set as well, although it would be cool if it came with like some additional markings or something like that, like I said, but I don't think we're going to get any water slide decals. That said, we do have a much nicer instruction booklet. With this, at least, it's like got a full color photo on there of the kit, so that looks really cool. On the back side, you have a full-on color guide. You have different images. Like here is showing it with like all the equipment attached on there, so that's ultimately what we're going to be going for here today. That just opens up very simply. Here on the inside is the parts list and the construction, so nothing like all that much, but it's at least a little bit more than what we got in the first option set, which is nice. The amount of runners basically the same here. We've got 6 runners instead of 5 if you also count the polycaps here, and we've got 3 colors instead of 2. Here's runner A, also runner A here in gray for those weapons parts. Runner B, we've got 2 of these for these parts in blue. Another runner A and another runner B for some more parts there in white. So yeah, not really too much in the way of like parts, as these are, like I said, just add-on sets for the main kit. So let me go ahead and get the main kit all built up, get these option parts built up, and then we'll see how they look together. Alright, so before we get into taking a look at the sets, just a really quick recap here, taking a look around the base kit. You guys can go back and check out the full review if you're interested, but essentially it's a really cool kit, very unique design. There's a few tricky seam lines here on it. You're going to be missing a few like color apps, details, things like that, as it's a fairly simple kit in terms of its construction, but there's plenty of opportunity for painting in a lot of those details and everything. It's going to be pretty limited in terms of the articulation, as again, this is just kind of more one of those kits where, you know, it's a really cool, unique design, but you know, just don't really expect it to necessarily do all that much. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the first set. For set 1, here is the grenade launcher, a really cool looking weapon, and it is just 2 halves sandwiched together, so you will have lots of seam line removal to do on this. But aside from that, it's just really cool. This fits into the hand, the included weapon holding trigger finger extended hand that you have included with the base kit. There's a little peg built into the hand that works really nicely there for getting a nice solid grip on that. And even though it is going to be pretty long, the kit shouldn't have too much trouble holding on to that and everything. You can see, for example, even at full extension outward, I mean, there's not going to be weight issues or anything like that with that weapon. And then for our angel wings, now there is a left and the right side. These parts are very, very slightly different. One is a little bit more to the one side and a little bit more opposite on the other. But you have some pretty nice detail in and around these, but once again, you're going to have lots of seam line to remove on them as well. Now, this should just kind of clip onto here, and then these parts just kind of fit in and around it. Let's see if I can do it without this whole kind of falling apart here. first off, for set 2, we have another new weapon. This one is an SMG, kind of similar in its overall shape, and it still has a seam line all the way around, as once again it's just 2 pieces put together. But a really cool design, again very nicely detailed and everything that should fit well. And again, you can hold these in either the left or the right hand, and we do have trigger finger like weapon holding hands for both, so we can dual wield those. We'll try that out here in just a second. For the shoulder equipment, we have our 2 different options here for these, and you could do one on the left or just one on the right, or you can do them both. You can switch them around to the opposite sides, but this one is a cannon option part that'll go up on the shoulder, and this can rotate there like that, and this is just a cannon, and that's supposed to be your camera a little bit. No sticker or anything for that camera, so you'll just have to paint that. But again, lots of seam lines on some of these parts there, but a very cool design and quite detailed. For the other one, it is a set of missile pods here, and these are detachable if you wanted to just have those off. They do not open up though, so you don't have like an option part to have these with like those little doors open or anything like that. That would have been nice, but again, this is going to be a fairly simple set. Nicely detailed though, with all these little antenna kind of looking bits sticking out everywhere. How you're going to change these out is simple as popping off the regular shoulder armor off the top, and then this just pops down onto there in its place. And that's how you swap out that equipment. Like I said, pretty easy, and ultimately it makes for a pretty cool effect. Now, essentially it's just adding on separate equipment parts to just kind of change the look of the unit. And again, it's just the kind of kit that is not really going to necessarily do a whole lot, and the same can be said about these extra equipment parts, but it does allow you to sort of customize, I guess would be maybe the correct word for it, customize your power doll in a way. So it's kind of like buying extra armor or equipment parts that you would for your 30 minutes missions kits or something like that. But some pretty cool equipment sets here for sure. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think about the kit overall design? Have you built this kit before? I know it's not the most common one, but if you guys have built it before, what did you think about it? Have you also built these equipment sets for it as well? And if you guys are interested in picking up the kit itself or the option set 2, I know you can check those out right now on the USA Gundam Store website. We'll have that down in the video description below. You can check that link, and just keep in mind that these sets are going to be a little bit pricier. Just a lot of that is just due, I believe, to number one, licensing. I suppose that probably plays a part in it, and also that Plum, the manufacturer, is a much smaller company than something like Bandai or even Kotobukiya. So you know that these kits are being produced in much smaller numbers, and so they're going to be a bit more expensive, but very cool, very unique, certainly too. So if you're looking for something that is going to be a quite different experience and definitely stand out in your collection, I would highly recommend checking this kit out. It's quite large as well. It's about the size of, it's about the height, I should say, of a 1/100 scale Bandai Master Grade kit, for example. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different in terms of its overall proportions, but the general height is about that of a 1/100 scale Gundam. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. Hope you found that review helpful. If you'd also like to like and subscribe while you're here, that'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you're notified for all the upcoming videos. Until next time, guys, hope you're having a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.